Nail-biting, nerve-wracking, blood-curdling. No, it's not a horror film. It's your first conversation with a potential employer.
Nothing is more convincing than conviction. And the more conviction you have around yourself being a good fit for the job, the more that's going to come through.
If you want to project the kind of confidence that can help you ace every job interview, Jeff Cochran from Shapiro Negotiations Institute has some tips. For starters, research.
Your greatest negotiation power is understanding the precedents. What do they pay other folks? What does the industry pay?
He says to know their philosophy around compensation.
Do they believe compensation is a tool to bring out the best in folks? Or do they believe that compensation is secondary to some of the other things that they might offer?
He says to see if there's any annual report on the company and check online company review sites like Glassdoor.
Well, number one reason people leave a job is dissatisfaction with their mission or dissatisfaction with the people with whom they work.
Next, prepare for the typical questions.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Even though you may be able to answer that spontaneously,
it would be a good idea to give it some thought and map it out in your head before it happens.
Other questions are,
how do you envision your first 90 days at our company? Sometimes they'll ask things like, what have you done to prepare for this interview?
To help with this, he says,
come up with a systematic approach for answering the question. For instance, repeat and clarify. Make sure you understood the question.
And
come back and ask, did that answer your question?
Finally, have questions of your own.
They're going to finish every single interaction with, well, do you have any questions for us? The insightfulness of your question speaks volumes.
Some of his favorites are,
how do you think that this position is going to change over the course of the next 5 years? What do you think the opportunities for advancement are? If I brought one skill to your company, what would you hope that it would be?
The key to asking questions is
your ability to listen to what they say and ask questions based on what you've heard.
Now we know how to be the person they have to hire.